Except my stepmother isn't the only evil queen in town.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times SNL sprinkled their own brand of pixie dust on some of our favorite Disney movies, characters, tropes, and parks.
There was zero choreography, zero!
Number 20, Debbie Downer in Disney World. Debbie Downer evolved into one of Rachel Dratch's most iconic recurring characters, and it all began in this sketch.
Woo! I love me some steak and eggs.
Ever since they found mad cow disease in the U.S., I'm not taking any chances. It can live in your body for years before it ravages your brain.
Being the ultimate buzzkill, it only makes sense to send Debbie to the happiest place on Earth. As the rest of the family attempts to enjoy a fun-filled Disney World breakfast, Debbie can't resist chiming in with a few not-so-fun facts.
Disney World really is fun. It makes me feel like a kid again. I mean, the time before my 2-year stint at Children's.
When not even Pluto can take it, no amount of sugar will make the medicine go down. Debbie's dialogue is so depressingly hysterical that the whole cast breaks character throughout. But this only made the sketch more memorable. If anything, the cast's constant chuckling encourages the viewer to rewatch it multiple times in order to catch all the lines that were laughed over.
I can't have children!
Number 19, Mary Poppins. Disney has given us plenty of iconic catchphrases, but few roll off the tongue or stick in your brain quite like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The original Mary Poppins showed us how useful that word could be, but this sketch finds one very awkward definition that Julie Andrews definitely did not cover.
If you must know, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a disease of the liver. It's very rare and extremely painful.
Anne Hathaway channels her inner Mary with charm, poise, and a surprisingly chipper demeanor. Meanwhile, Bill Hader makes the perfect Bert, especially as he marches his one-man band over to Mary for something far more bitter than a spoonful of sugar.
We just learned a new word, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, how delightful.
It's a disease of the liver.
Mary Poppins has it.
It's spread amongst grown-ups.
We're not saying this is the Mary Poppins remake we want, but if it ever happens, Hathaway and Hader are practically perfect in every way.
Well, I'm a very unusual nanny. I guess I'm in pretty serious denial. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Number 18, Disney Channel. Middle school kids inspire Marvin. Disney Channel middle schoolers might not know algebra or how to form a compound sentence, but they do know the power of positive thinking.
Hey, maybe if Marvin used positive thinking, he could walk.
Yeah! I don't know, you guys. I have a broken knee.
Well, you'll never know if you don't try.
You know, you're absolutely right. Okay, help me out of this wheelchair.
Still, even in their world, optimism can't heal a broken bone. In this sketch, poor Marvin ends up flattened, literally, after his school's moral of the day approach turns into a lesson in pain. His growing frustration and repeated pleas to be left alone are absolutely hilarious.
What did you think about Mr. Conklin's Anything is Possible lecture today?
It was good. I mean, most things are possible within reason.
If you grew up on Disney Channel, you will instantly recognize the over-the-top life lessons, dramatic hallway showdowns, and exaggerated earnestness. Plus, Keenan's reactions every time his classmates push him too far are so perfectly overblown. It's almost shocking that the only thing that broke was Marvin's knee.
My knee is broken! Where's the common sense? Go away!
Marvin!
Number 17, Lion King auditions.
Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Hakuna Matata in my medulla oblongata. I only got one shot and they killed my father.
2 years after giving us a behind-the-scenes look at the auditions for Star Wars The Force Awakens, SNL did something similar for the Lion King remake. The sketch provides a platform for the cast to share their best impressions, while also putting a bizarre spin on an animated classic.
Today's guest, Simba!
Most of these potential casting choices are pretty out there, such as Nick Offerman as a hyena, Eminem as Simba, and Mary J. Blige as Pumbaa. At the same time, we could actually imagine some of these actors in a Lion King remake. Oprah as Rafiki, anyone? Cecily Strong's impersonation makes us wish that Lin-Manuel Miranda had been in the movie. In the end, though, only John Oliver as Zazu made the cut.
Don't do that to your mom, Simba! And now, this.
Sorry, James Corden.
Simba, everybody!
Number 16, Below the Waves. Sebastian in The Little Mermaid claims life is better under the sea because the human world is a mess. And sure, he's not wrong, but he also forgets to mention that humans tend to dump their messes into the sea.
And the shrimp. What is on me? Can somebody tell me what's on me?
That's where this sketch takes a hilariously dark turn. Kenan Thompson's Krabby is the only one who's, well, crabby about it, while everyone else swims along like nothing's wrong.
Now get Obama off of me. I mean Osama. I keep doing that.
It's just one letter. Pretty weird, right?
Shut up.
The sketch pokes fun at American nationalism, conspiracy theorists, and misplaced optimism, all while Tina Fey's mermaid princess stays sweet as she adds her own commentary. Something tells us that this mermaid still isn't totally convinced that life under the sea is better.
Below the waves. Below the waves. We always down with the salmon. Below the waves.
Number 15, Hawkeye disappoints the Avengers. If you could have any Avengers weapon, what would you pick? Thor's hammer? Cap's shield? Iron Man's entire suit? Hawkeye's bow and arrow? There goes the tumbleweed.
How many arrows did you bring?
All of them, like 11.
11?
11? There are 100,000 aliens out there. And I killed 11 of them. You're welcome.
Yeah, this sketch taps into what we were all thinking. Hawkeye definitely drew the short straw. At least he's got an endless supply of arrows, right? Well,
Take the shot, Hawkeye.
He's out of arrows.
Oh, come on, Hunger Games. What are you doing? Just pull arrows out of the aliens you already shot, Katniss.
the casting is spot on, from Bill Hader as Thor to Jason Sudeikis as Iron Man. But it's Jeremy Renner reprising his role and leaning into the joke that really pulls it together. We love a superhero who can laugh at himself. And sure, he might be out of arrows, but that doesn't mean he can't still help save the day.
Great work, Hawkeye. You couldn't have done it without me.
Number 14, Lando Summit. Here's another sketch where the actual actor reprises his role, this time to ask a very important question.
Where the hell are all the black people in space? For a while, I thought it was me, the only one, but now I see before me all the black humans in the galaxy.
Donald Glover returns as Lando Calrissian to host the first ever galactic summit for all black humans, only to discover there are like 4 of them. In a galaxy full of alien species, this sketch hilariously points out what fans have noticed for years. There aren't exactly a ton of black people in space.
I held out hope that there was a black human planet somewhere, but I guess it's just us. Lots of lizard men wearing vests. Just 4 black people, though.
It's a smart, sharp take on the franchise's diversity problem, and Glover delivers it with perfect wit and credibility. Who better to call it out than someone who's literally been there? The Force is funny, and also kinda right.
The following activities have been canceled due to low attendance. Everything except meals.
Does that include the 1,000-man march?
What you think, dude?
Number 13, Cinderella Slipper. The original Cinderella already asks us to believe a glass slipper fits exactly 1 woman in the whole kingdom. But this sketch takes that logic and says, what if the shoe didn't even belong to a woman? Yep, it gets weirder.
So then who has a foot this small?
I does.
I'm sorry.
I does.
This shoe is yours.
Oh, it definitely does.
Enter Adie Bryant as Mouselina, and her totally blasé attitude as the prince slowly pieces together some very fuzzy memories from the night of the ball. The premise is completely ridiculous, but Adie's delivery is just magic.
Yeah, he dunked me in a glass of champagne and I was ready to rock.
No, I remember it was a woman, and she ran away, and her carriage turned into a pumpkin.
We've had a lot of questions about fairy tales over the years, but this one never even occurred to us until now. And we thought Disney logic was a bit of a stretch before.
It's okay, it's probably more like 12 babies, but don't worry, I'll eat a couple of them.
Wait, that means those rat babies will be princes someday.
Number 12, Ariel's Voice. SNL has a habit of ruining the innocence of The Little Mermaid, and we love them for it.
I feel so free.
I feel an increased flow of mucus in my fish genitalia.
I feel like I've never... Whoa, 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 whoa.
As intriguing as that premise was, we're focusing on a different angle today. You know how she trades her voice for legs in the original tale? Well, maybe she wouldn't have had to if she had just hit Ursula with some Nikki, Kesha, or Britney.
Hot and dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us, cause we make the hipsters fall in love when we got our hot pants on and up.
Anna Kendrick plays Ariel, who sings some modern bangers that, let's just say, leave Ursula totally unimpressed.
Voice.
Flounder and Sebastian also look like they would cover their ears if they could. It is chaotic, catchy, and totally unhinged. If Ariel had swum down this route, she could have turned the tide on what happened next.
Instead of your voice, I'll just take his.
Oh, me? But I am just a deep-sea crab. But if you say so. Well, woman, the way the time cold, I wanna be deep in your arm. I got the right temperature that shelter you from the storm.
Number 11, Peter Pan. Who knew Jim Parsons as Peter Pan was the casting we didn't know we needed? But the real scene stealer here is Tonkerbell. That's right, Tonkerbell.
I know that Tonk may seem a little odd.
Okay, me odd. Y'all are the ones who are odd. I mean, you kids got a nice-ass house and all your beds in one room. That is not what's up, and you just got tonked.
This isn't a dainty fairy. If you thought Tinkerbell had sass, buckle up. Tonk is from the rough side of Neverland. She's loud and jaded and has definitely seen some stuff. With a zero sparkle attitude, she absolutely shatters the Disney illusion.
You're basically wearing the same thing as me, Tonk.
Okay, Peter, you burned me right back. So you went ahead and tonked the tonker. Now you have my respect. That's very cool.
She seems like someone who's been kicked out after last call and stumbled over to Neverland to keep the party going. 80s total commitment makes it hilarious, and we love how it pokes fun at how ridiculous these perfect sanitized fantasy worlds can be.
I just ate a hamburger, so I cannot fly right now, okay? And FYI, it was a human-sized hamburger, so I just sat in the middle and then ate around me till it was gone.
Number 10, Aladdin. Aladdin is another of those Disney classics that SNL loves to skewer, especially those magic carpet rides. We get to see the budding couple go from discussing Jasmine's Cave of Wonders to how married life is 10 years in.
The spark is gone. How did we let things get so bad? We'd love to call it quits, but we have kids.
But perhaps one of their funniest magic carpet adventures shows that while it might be romantic, it's not always the shining, shimmering, splendid experience Aladdin promised.
Jasmine, you're different. Do you like me?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. Some kind of fat bird just hit my mouth. I need a minute.
In fact, Jasmine does get a new point of view of the world, but fantastic it is not. Turns out air travel has a lot more turbulence than you might expect. We think Jasmine might opt for a night in the palace for their next date.
A whole new world.
That's rough.
That's where we'll be.
I'm drenched, and you know what?
A wondrous place.
Mama horny.
For you and me.
Number 9. You Think I'm the Beast? Kristen Wiig does an impeccable job playing the perfectly sweet princess, until she learns that she and the Beast are singing a very different song.
The curse will be broken, and you can stop being a beast.
You think I'm the Beast?
Yeah, we were just singing about it.
What makes this sketch so funny is how it flips the fairy tale's core message, beauty is on the inside, into a full-blown existential crisis. Suddenly, the whole inner beauty trope collapses like an undercooked souffle.
No, you're the one who started throwing beast around. Well, I'd say you're like a 6.
I am considered a great beauty.
Belle just can't fathom a world where she isn't the most beautiful woman around, but as she learns, beauty comes in many forms. She just doesn't have the assets the castle's residents are more drawn to. Well, they do say beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Then why don't you all just go hook up with her?
Well, we do, all the time.
Why do you think she lives here with us? Have you ever seen any of us drink tea?
Okay, freaks, I'm leaving.
Number 8. High School Musical 4.
He graduated last year, and now he's back from his first year of college. Troy Bolton!
It's only a matter of time until Disney makes High School Musical 4. For now, however, we have this biting sketch with Zac Efron reprising his role as Troy Bolton. We also get to see Casey Wilson do a surprisingly pitch-perfect Miss Darbus impression.
But I'm not here to talk about last year. I'm here to talk about what happens after you leave East High.
Do you think this is a good idea, Troy?
Back off.
Okay.
Picking up a year after Troy's first year of college, the Wildcat has an unfortunate reality check for the graduating seniors. East High is apparently the only school where people sporadically break out into expertly choreographed musical numbers.
I was nervous, but excited. So I started singing a song called Nervous But Excited. People just stared at me.
This comes as a shock to the students, who have committed much of their education to singing songs while learning rather obvious life lessons.
What's the capital of Texas?
Texas City?
Texas Town.
Yeah.
It's a sketch that will ruin your childhood in the best way possible, complete with an unfrozen Walt Disney.
Disney characters aren't supposed to grow up. Just ask Mickey Mouse or Lindsay Lohan.
Number 7, Black Widow trailer.
Marvel gets women. Coming in 2016.
Marvel eventually greenlit a standalone Black Widow movie, but only after years of everyone asking when Natasha Romanoff would take center stage, including SNL. When Scarlett Johansson hosted in 2015, SNL gave Natasha a chance to shine, albeit not in the action movie we were hoping for. Instead, Natasha is settled with a cheesy romantic comedy.
The only thing missing in Black Widow's life
Such a klutz.
was love.
Hey, I'm Ultron.
Black Widow.
This trailer checks off all the classic rom-com cliches, from Natasha running in high heels, to her sassy boss, to a meet-cute with Ultron. At least Natasha finally gets a happy ending with Bruce Banner.
For Black Widow, falling in love can be hard, but it can also be incredible.
As silly as it is, the sketch also makes smart commentary on Hollywood's reputation for botching female-led superhero movies.
Black Widow, Age of Me. Marvel, we know girls.
Honestly, we'd gladly take this fake Black Widow movie over Catwoman's cinematic solo outing. Number 6, Disney Channel Acting School.
Call today. Parents' permission not needed.
Just as Zac Efron poked fun at his Disney Channel roots, Miley Cyrus established in this sketch that her Hannah Montana days are long over.
Disney Channel acting is its own art form. And to master it, you're gonna need a special set of tools.
Paired with Raven-Symoné, played by Kenan Thompson, Cyrus gives aspiring child stars a few acting tips that'll take them far on the Disney Channel. Cyrus pulls no punches, pointing out how characters on Disney sitcoms tend to scream their lines, disrespect adults, and wear over-the-top clothing.
So you wanna make sure your clothes are as loud and crazy as your acting.
I'm auditioning for Wizards of Waverly Place. What should I wear?
How about a bright pink hoodie with a big-ass daisy on it?
You might not have picked up on a lot of these tropes growing up. After watching this sketch, though, you will never be able to ignore them again. Making the sketch even funnier, Thompson technically comes from a Disney background as well, having made his film debut in D2, The Mighty Ducks.
I'd buy some more. Man, my little brother can score on these guys.
Number 5, Frozen 2.
And you can also order the Frozen 2 DVD, including deleted scenes like this one.
Frozen 2 was another huge hit for Disney, but fans couldn't help zeroing in on one icy detail. Elsa didn't have a prince, and that got people talking. In a series of deleted scenes, Elsa, played by Kate McKinnon, finds herself lost in the Enchanted Forest. Elsa is lost in more ways than one, as she struggles to confront her sexuality.
This enchanted forest is so disorienting.
Oh, it sure is. Well, I don't know whether we're heading north, south, gay, or west. Did you say gay? No!
For the many fans who want Disney to give Elsa a girlfriend, this sketch is easy to get on board with. The film was progressive in other respects, but as far as the SNL writers are concerned, there's still a problem with diversity.
The lack of any romantic interest doesn't bother me anyway.
Elsa takes issue with the movie's complicated plot as well. Wherever you stand on these debates, we can see why Olaf's extra carrot was left on the cutting room floor.
Hey Olaf, what's that second carrot about?
Number 4, Bambi 2002. From the mid-90s to the late 2000s, Disney had a reputation for pumping out straight-to-video sequels to their animated classics. Many of them fell short of their predecessors, to put it mildly. In this TV Funhouse segment, we're given Bambi 2002. a modernized take on the timeless Disney film.
Bambi and the gang are back in business, and the forest has never been more fun.
Being a 2002 animated feature, the new cool Bambi is naturally all about bullet time and hip-hop. There's also a handful of pointless celebrity cameos from the New York Yankees and Jared Fogle. Yeah, that aged great.
Bambi, if I can lose weight, you can get those terrorists.
Aside from being a priceless Disney send-up, the sketch is like a time capsule of early 2000s pop culture references. Bambi 2002 may be back in the Disney vault, but there's always the live-action Dwayne Johnson remake.
Who the hell are you?
A Bambi.
Number 3, Undercover Boss, Star Killer Base.
You get so caught up in restoring the galaxy to its rightful state that you miss what's going on behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to having some real talk with some real folks.
In the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Adam Driver demonstrated how menacing he can be as Kylo Ren. Even while reprising the character on SNL, Driver managed to maintain a straight face and a domineering demeanor.
Rule everything? That's impressive. I admire the guy.
Yes. Exactly.
It's truly a testament to his gifts as both a dramatic and comedic actor. Going undercover at Star Killer Base, Ben, aka Matt, has a hard time keeping his cool and his identity under wraps.
I'm 90% sure Matt is Kylo Ren.
He does befriend a lieutenant named Zach, although being responsible for Zach's son's death kinda puts a damper on things. The First Order leader is finally pushed over the edge when one stormtrooper laughs at the idea of Ren having an 8-pack.
Your friend's a liar, man. Kylo Ren is a punk bitch. That guy looks like he weighs 30 pounds soaking wet underneath that little black dress.
Tim? Oh no, he's choking on food.
Huh, we wonder if that inspired Rian Johnson when he made The Last Jedi. Number 2, Disney Housewives.
It's the Real Housewives of Disney.
The Disney Princess brand meets the Real Housewives. It's a combination that's guaranteed to spin comedic gold. Throw in the ladies of SNL and you can't possibly go wrong. The casting is mostly dead on, with Vanessa Bayer as Snow White, Abby Elliott as Belle, and Kristen Wiig as a monumentally drunk Cinderella.
Whatever.
Ironically, Nasim Pedrad plays Jasmine and would later portray her handmaiden in the Aladdin remake.
A handsome prince wants to marry you. Oh, when will life get easier?
Unfortunately for Jasmine here, Abu ends up on her dinner plate and Iago ends up in her bed.
I thought it was Aladdin. He was mimicking his voice.
The drama only escalates when a catty Prince Charming shows up and Belle breaks out her boombox. Tears are shed, punches are thrown, and hair is pulled. But Lindsay Lohan's Rapunzel thankfully has plenty to go around.
I'm gonna rip this fake-ass weave off your head! Here comes midnight, bitch!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Disney World show. If staying positive no matter what were an Olympic sport, no one would stand a chance against a Disney employee on duty.
Remember what we talked about? Just go ahead and duck your head down, Rahat. Go ahead and duck, Rahat. Go ahead and duck. This is where you go ahead and duck, Rahat. This is what we talked about, okay?
Cut for time. Disney characters. Even Disney World has its popularity contests.
Again, you gotta stay in character. John Smith! From Disney's Pocahontas, voiced by actor Mel Gibson.
Come on, man, that's not gonna help.
Cars 4. What happens when movies just become about rolling in the dough?
Winning the Piston Cup could save this whole town, and I can't race because of one bad date? This is a witch hunt, Your Honor. Wait, guys. What? He's in court?
Princess and the Frog. We guess we all learned something new today.
How many eggs do you lay typically?
I don't lay eggs.
Ooh, that could be a deal breaker.
You know, this never came up when we dissected frogs in high school, so.
Walt Disney's Tidy. Still better than those actual animated Titanic movies.
Let Disney teach your child the history of the Titanic, the plucky ship that wouldn't say no.
Hang on, Tidy!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Journey to the Disney Vault.
I wish we could live in the Disney Vault.
A successor of sorts to Bambi 2002, this TV Funhouse segment lists off a slew of other Disney sequels that we wish we could see in their entirety. Sadly, they're all in the Disney Vault, as are 2 children and their pal Mickey.
Wow, what's in here?
Oh, you don't need to see that.
Disney!
I told you not to look!
The kids quickly find, however, that Disney has a few skeletons and frozen heads in the closet. Journey to the Disney Vault is not only hilarious, it's also surprisingly educational.
Wait, Disney ratted out animators for being communists?
While many of us are familiar with Song of the South's infamous legacy, this sketch also touches upon Walt's testimony before the House Un-American Activities Committee, the Disney company's abandoned plans to build an American history theme park, and the Jim Henson deal that almost was.
Jim Henson!
He wouldn't sell! He wouldn't sell!
Good thing that Scar is there to keep this all confidential.
You children know too much. You must stay in the Disney Vault forever.
No!
Which Mouse House title would you like to see SNL take on next? Let us know in the comments. I think the plot of this movie might be really bad.